Hi, everybody. This is actually a special broadcast, and I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I want you guys to share this because we just have some special announcements. We have some special updates that we want you guys to know about. So I decided, God had prompted me to go live to tell you guys exactly what's happening, basically, with Elevation Global Media Group. So, hi, is there anyone out there? Can I get a hello? Hi. Let me see who's out there, who's joining us. This is a live broadcast from the studio. So I want to thank you guys for joining again, but I want to make sure that we give you updates and we want you guys to share. We want you to join. So go share right now. I'm going to wait a few minutes until some people come on so they can begin to share. Hey, Robin, I see you, girl. Yes, come on in and share. We got some updates. We just want to share with you guys. So, hey, Tracy. Hey, Tracy, I see you. Can I get some more hellos and highs? Hellos and highs. Well, again, for those that you don't know, my name is Cassandra Ferguson, and God has entrusted me. Yes. Hey, I think we got Tashia in the house. You guys can share. God has entrusted me as the visionary of Elevation Global Media Group. And I just want you guys to know I don't take that lightly. And there are moments that it's very fearful. So sometimes behind this boldness, I'm shaking. Can I say that? But because I reverence God so much and I honor him so much, and I know him, I know that what he has called me to, he will also equip me to do. And not only that, he will be with me through the entire process. So even though it's something, let's just say a territory you have never walked in before, God will equip you. Not only will God equip you, he will bring alongside of you those people that are passionate, let's just say, and love him first, and then love the things that are connected to God, let's just say, that are on God's agenda and they want to help it go forth. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want you to share this message. I know you guys probably have been wondering why we have been doing rebroadcasts. We've been rebroadcasting. Hello, I'm going to call her the Maintain Monday mom, Barbara Fagan. Why you guys have been seeing rebroadcast for the Maintain Monday show is because we're working on some major things. But first, I want to take you guys through a little journey for those that don't know the history of how we began. So we began back in 2014. I would say 2014. Yeah, it was 2014 on WOLB. And here's a picture. Oh, that's praise. Let's get the WOLB picture out. It's okay. So we began on, and these are some of the ladies that back then that I had on the show, of course. Then we went, after 6 months of being on WOLB, I was tapped on my shoulder to start a show on Praise 106. So here's Brandon and Mike and Eric and a guest that we had on Praise 106, which you guys heard. We started off with an hour and a half show, and then we went to an hour. We ended up on the 11 o'clock hour, and here we are here at the Elevation Global Media Group studio, where, of course, as you step out on what God has called you to do, not only does the vision get clear, but let's just say it gets a little bit like in depth. Because I believe that when God finds you faithful over a few, he will truly make you rule over many. But there's requirements. Number one is obedience. So let's show people where we are now, for those that don't know. So here we are in Towson, right? If you were to drive down New York Road in Pennsylvania Avenue, you would see Towson Commons. You will come down the escalators and you will see a sign that says Elevation Global Media Group, your voice of truth. So here we are. That's where we are. So what's happening now? So that is the vision. And as you can see, that vision is unfolding. And again, I'm saying it's becoming more of bold moves, happen to make bold moves in it. So it's like, yeah, this is the studio that you see up there now. And we also have other areas as well that you can look into as well. But this is the studio. If you guys have not been, you can call and I'm going to put the number up. Crystal could put the number up, 443-307-1241. We do invite anyone who wants to come into the studio to do a tour. You would have a pre-COVID screening form to fill out. We like to monitor who comes in and out. Temperatures will be taken. So we do welcome those that have never been into the studio to come into the studio. And I'm just going to find my notes right now as I'm talking. So again, the vision, you saw that we started on WOLB. That's the number on the screen. WOLB, we went right into praise. And here we are at the Elevation Global Media Group studio. And the statement is true. The vision is getting clearer. And it's also not only getting clearer, it's also showing you how important and showing me how important it is that I really spend time with God regularly in prayer, in his word, because remember, as things appear to be bigger, it can kind of be intimidating. Let's just be honest. It can be intimidating. So one of the things that we have, Elevation Global Media Group is that we help people basically to live out their visions, to walk in their visions with boldness. So what we have provided here, actually, I call it creative space and focus space. It's also an excellent space because we don't just want to put anything out there. We don't just want to put, just kind of, here you go. So we do have radio partners that I want to show you guys. These are some of our radio partners and some of their shows you can catch. If you need to we do have a radio station. Yes, we do. You need to download it on the app. It's the Elevate Your Life Talk Radio Show app. You need to download that. You can catch on Mondays through Saturdays. You can catch Maintain Monday and Elevation Rewind on Tuesdays. I think Nicole has a new time. We'll broadcast her because what we do is we do a live. If you want to catch her on Facebook Live on Tuesdays. And then we put her radio, we record it and then put it on to our radio station. Then we also have Fellowship of Christian Athletes with Pastor John Sharon and Stan White on every other Wednesday. So the second and the fourth, I'm thinking, let me get that right. The second and the fourth Wednesday, which is a powerful show. And of course, every Saturday, you can hear Headspace with Dr. Mike. You can also hear him for the past 2 weeks. You have been able to hear him on the Facebook page, which he always go live on the Facebook page as well. So you were actually able to see with Headspace, you were able to see the voices behind those that are on the radio with him, which I think is a good thing to do when you want to connect. Let's just say that. So what's next? So I want to give you guys an update. Let's start with the updates. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of history and where we are. So we have Maintain Monday, and what you guys have been so faithful. I mean, we have gotten, some of our shows have had over 1,000 viewers, right? So that is me and Placida. We basically are the host of Maintain Monday. We started that show during the pandemic. We were not allowed to go into the radio station, but we knew that we needed to stay connected with you guys. So we started Maintain Monday, and it's now over a year. And basically what is happening, you're seeing rebroadcasting And also put up there, Crystal, if you could put the Young and the Bold. So we have me and Placida, and you see the Young and the Bold segment, which is basically the fourth Monday of the month. And the reason I like this picture is because when we was calling it the Millennial Takeover, but we realized that there were not just millennials on, on our team or on as hosts. And you have more than millennials. Of course, you have the people, the younger generations under the millennials, and we wanted to make sure that we show the young people that we appreciate your boldness. So it was renamed the Young and the Bold. And actually, we started off when we were in WOLB. That was the original name for we always had a segment which we would include young people, and that was the name, the Young and Bold. So we went back to that. And when we first began to air the Young and Bold, we immediately got a call from Radio 1 in Richmond to interview them. And not only did they play their segment on one of their stations, but they replayed it again on the same station which in which Erica Campbell is on. So things are happening. And I'm going to say this. Things are happening at a rapid speed because God needs not only his word to get out, but he needs his witness in his people of his greatness, of his power to be seen. Yes, our Maintain Mother has said, look at God, write the vision and make it plain. Thank you, Mother Barbara. Yes. Hello, Dondra. How are you? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love these comments. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for being a faithful prayer warrior, Elevation Global Media Group as well. Thank you. So what's happening next? So what we're doing, the reason we had to pause. Everybody say pause. Sometimes, God, you will be in the midst of building. You will be in the midst of doing. And God says, I need you to pause. I need you to take a look at some things. I need you to redo some things because the way you may have been doing it may not be the way you need to do it to take you to your next. So that's exactly what we are doing with Maintain Monday. We are rebranding. We are looking at some things that we can do differently because I believe that God is, not only is he a God of, does he know everything, but he also know what you need to do going into the next, let's just say the next year, the next decade. So what we're doing, we're looking at different ways that we can do Maintain Monday, not only because remember, it's not only to keep you engaged, to keep you informed, to take you from where you are to where God has called you to be, but it's also to show you the power in the hand of God that is on Elevation Global Media Group. Okay. So we got to be open to what everything God is doing, open to the people he's connecting us with, open to the areas that he's taken us to. So we are opening for Maintain Monday, which would not only include me and Placida as the host, but also Crystal, Jade, and Destiny as the host, and other guests that are going to be hosts and co-hosts. We are opening up the studio to have audience. We will begin to air Maintain Monday here live in the Elevation Global Media Group studios. Can I get a hallelujah? Amen. Praise him, lift him up from. Yes, God will do that. God will do that. He will do that. So we are going to be airing. So we're going to be putting some information out because, again, we still have to use wisdom, right? We're still in a pandemic. We got to use wisdom. So we will be putting it out where people can actually come in and be a part of our studio audience doing a live taping for Maintain Monday or the Young and Bold segment. So we will still be taking the necessary precaution. No, we have not bumped our heads. No, no, no. As you can see, we are just moving according to God's agenda. That's all. So we will still take the temperatures. We will still send out the survey forms. So we will be putting information out. If you want to be a part of the studio audience, you want to be a part of the recording, you will see that soon on our Facebook page. You will see it on our website. So what I need you guys to do is to stay connected. Stay connected. And we love to display what other people, God is doing in other people's lives. So this is the whole, platform for Maintain Monday and Elevation Global Media Group. It's about bringing exposure to you. So what's next? So we also, you of course have the podcast. We just put a call out for some podcast hosts. And boy, we got some phenomenal people that responded. Looking to grow your brand, podcast. Yeah, looking to grow your brand. And what was the other slide two? Learn how to build your own podcast. So I don't know if you guys were able to take a look at our COO Heath Wiggins, his introduction or his overview of the vision for Elevation Global Media Group during our basically ribbon cutting. And I wish I could have invited the whole world to that. But again, I had to limit it. But if you want to see the studio, call me. Crystal, put the number up again. We can make sure that you get a tour. It's just that we got to use wisdom. We got to use wisdom during this time. And I can say this, not that I need to get not that I have been fully vaccinated. Okay. Why? Because I'm around too many people. And I gotta travel. I gotta move. And I saw God how he can use medicine, how God has used medicine in the past to protect us. So that's my say on it. So again, we have Maintain Monday. We have the podcast that we are creating, the Elevation Global Media Group podcast. You guys will be very pleased at 6 pillars of building a podcast ecosystem. This is from Heath Wiggins. Content creation, content development, content quality of control, artist development, marketing and promotion, and content distribution. Yes, everybody does have a podcast. A lot of people have a podcast. But there are ways that you can do this podcast to make money. Our team here at Elevation Global Media Group has done the research. They and I myself can't wait to see all that God does with this, because not only are we building this for Elevation Global Media Group, but we will then teach others, because we understand that some people got to see. We understand. It's almost like, the people that learn when you're teaching and when you're training, you have to make sure that you create your material or your teaching in a way that the hearers, some people hear, some people got to write, some people got to see. And so we realized that even with Elevation Global Media Group, there are some things that people will not just get by hearing, they have to see, right? So that's what we're creating. I'm excited about that. And I want you guys to stay tuned for that and the new hosts that are a part of that. Now, let's get to this ABC business. Woo! Guys, this is major. Not that everything else isn't major, but this is a major partnership with Elevation Global Media Group and ABC Baltimore. Not only is Elevation, we will be producing a family, and we'll talk more about this show, a family show coming in the fall on ABC2. The timing, the information, the title, and all that you will see. But and more information about the show, but we will be fully producing this show here in the studio, the Elevation Global Media Group studio. So we're excited about that. And that's another reason we had to pause, because we had to work on that. Because one thing is this, when God gives you something, whether it's a house, a car, children, relationships, you got to be the good steward over that in which God has given you. So we wanted to make sure that, number one, we didn't miss what God was saying to us. Number two, that we were a good steward over the area that he has called us to, or he has connected us to. So let me go back. Elevation Global Media Group has a number of partnerships that we haven't released yet. But we have, not only are we able to help you to create your, to record your podcast or your radio show so you can now use it and you now have content. Content is king. If you don't know, content is king. I call it content is power. But now you can use that content, whether you want to replay it, you reuse it, to put it in other places, whether you want to begin to write a book from it, whatever you want to do with that content is your content. We don't own the rights to your content. That's your content. But we do record it and play it on our station. So we are also considered a media agency. And when I say a media agency, just say that you know, God may have put it on your heart to write a book. He may have put it in your heart to begin some teaching series. What we do is and you say, hey, Cassandra, I need a connection in Florida. Or Team Elevation, I need a connection in Florida. I need a connection in Houston. I need a connection in New York. I got some family in VA. Hey, for my VA family. Then what we would do is we would connect with those media groups in those different states, even countries. We connected with a TV station in Singapore. We will connect with those and we will make sure that your content, your message gets on those stations. So it's almost like a media agency, media PR. So as you're going to begin to see how we will begin to connect with other people and other, because it's about collaboration. You can do more together. You can do more together. You can do more, you can do more with, together. And one of the things is, I want to go back to another show was Moving in the Marketplace with Dr. Cindy Trim. That's another collaboration. She is a heavy hitter. She's also my mentor. She has mentored me in a lot of things. She wanted to make sure she was a part of what I was doing and how God was building. She said, I am your spiritual God mom. I'm your God mommy. But again, when you begin to walk in the things that God has called you to do, people want to connect to. Who doesn't want to connect to something great? Who doesn't want to connect to something where they see the move of God in? So that is something that we're doing as well. And ABC, again, at the show in ABC, you guys will hear more information about that. Oh, and we got Lisa on here. Lisa, who also has a show, Pink Fridays, at 6 p.m. Hey, Lisa, at 6 p.m. on Fridays on Elevate Your Life Talk Radio. I'm going to tell you something, ladies. I feel like that's our time. Guys, you can get some things out of it too. But she really brings from the makeup to the exercise to the body to you being comfortable. Let's just say this. Feel like she's trying to, the message is to be comfortable in your skin and do whatever it is that you need to do to, to feel good in your skin, like, the perfumes, the fragrances. So Lisa, thank you for joining us. And next is Christian Women in Media Association. I just put a post up about that. We're going to begin to have what they call connect meetings here in the studio. For those that are interested, and you can leave this one up for a minute, Crystal. For those that are interested in media, I am the Christian Woman in Media Association leader for Maryland. Okay. And I will begin to have meetings to help people that are interested in media, and it could be any age. This is open for any age. You will be trained by experts. We will bring in keynote speakers, and we will have a worship time. Yes, we will have a worship time. We will have a worship leader. And this month will be Robin Johnson will be our worship leader. Next meeting for the month of May. You will get this is the date, May 20th at 5:30 here in the studio. There is a registration link. If you go to the Facebook page or the Instagram post, you have to register. We have to continue to keep control of our numbers and who's in the studio. But this information, this is powerful. Do you guys remember the lady? Remember the Bible story on the History Channel? Can't remember her name. Lord, I think her name was Roma. This organization has connected me with these types of women. The one that produced the Bible story on the History Channel, TBN, other other media agencies, radios. Again, the connection, right? Understand collaboration and connection. If you want to get into another state, you may want to do a conference or something in another state. But the connection, the collaboration is so powerful. And God just began to do all of this from my yes. It's amazing. So again, that is coming up on May 20th. For those that have a young person or those that are interested in media, we are going to talk about the media mountain, the power of influence with the media mountain, because that is one of the areas in society that has a great impact. Because usually when people get information, where do they get it from? I'm going to leave it there. Okay, now we have opportunities for you in the studio. And we showed you earlier, we have a stage in which if you want to do your own, if you want to do a show, you want to do your own talk show or record it here. We have been contacted by some people that are coming soon, can't announce it yet, that will be using our studio to record their talk shows. We have, of course, the radio podcast, if you're interested in that. And also, we are building an anchor desk. We talk about that. That is a piece that's not up yet. We will be building looks like an anchor desk, like a sports, kind of like the sports, the news desk. And we're also building an area where people want to begin to do some virtual training. So they will have multiple screens, which they can do some training, and they can bring people in from Zoom and do those trainings here as well. So we have voiceover. If you want to do some voiceovers, you want to record your commercials or whatever, we have all that here for you in the studio. So again, think of this. Yeah, you could probably do it in your home. Like mine home. I got a lot going on. I'm the focus area. Because what the focus area provides for me, not only does it provide excellence, but it allows you to quiet your soul down, your spirit down, so you can hear, so you can build, and you can create. So we also have a room in here in which we call it your wind down room. Soft music, soft lighting, just so you can wind down, so you can begin to create. And if you want to come out and walk around, it's a beautiful area to walk around in, and then come back and do what you need to do. But this is also what we have as well. So then we have our partnership with Better Business Bureau that you guys, we actually have some very high ratings with the Better Business Bureau. We partner with them. I just did an webinar with them about how to write content that provokes. When I say provokes, it gets people moving. They feel the power from your message, and it compels them to want to do. So these are some of the great things that we have coming up. But I'm going to open it up now. I'm saying the floor. I'm going to open up the live now for questions. Are there any questions or comments that you guys have that I may have missed? Let's just say this. How can you begin your radio show? Number one, stop doubting yourself. Number two, stop thinking you don't have nothing to say. Number three, don't base what God wants to do in your life off of someone else's experience. Number four, just do it afraid. And number five, call us. And we also have on our website, we also have an interest form. You can fill out the interest form. What we do is there you go. You can fill out the interest form. It's once you go to services, click interest form, or you can call us. And basically what you can do is, I find that it's a lot of times, it's like people have the desire to do, but that self-sabotage is real. You start doubting yourself. You start thinking that you don't have what it takes. But I'm going to tell you this, if God put it in you, You have what it takes. You have what it takes. So let's begin to do what God has called us to do. There's some writers out there. There's some speakers. There's some teachers. And what we do is we just partner along with you so you can begin the process. We don't just put you on the radio station and you say, you may have some areas that you need some training in. We coach you. So we are also media coaches. We coach you on what you need to do to be great, which I'm not saying perfect. No, that I said perfect. I'm saying great and excellence, because I done heard some major radio people slip up and say wrong words and do some oops. But you know what? We don't look for perfect. We want to be excellent in what God has called us to do. So you don't have to be a perfect speaker or a perfect teacher. What I do know is this: the Holy Spirit. When we ask for the Holy Spirit to immerse us, to take over in our being, we want to honor God. God, decrease me, increase yourself. He honors that. In Proverbs 3:5-6, it says, "In all thy ways acknowledge God, and He will direct your path." Just continue to acknowledge Him. Continue to tell Him you need help. And what's going to happen is He's going to send your help. He's going to be with you, and He's going to help you to do what you need to do. So are there any questions out there that you guys need to answer? This is your chance. This was an update. So timing. Remember God's timing. Purpose. God has put you here for a reason. He did not create you to be a couch potato. Agreement. Agree with God. Agree with God. And He would do the miraculous in your life. What did I say? I said timing, understanding God's timing, and when He wants you to do, and you begin to move. Purpose, understand God created you for a reason and a purpose. And agreement. Agree with God. And when you agree with God, He'll do the rest. He'll give you the insight. He'll give you the instructions. He'll connect you to the right people. He'll cause man to give you favor. When you're wondering how in the world is this happening, it's because you have agreed with God. Okay. Any questions? Crystal, you can put the questions up. You can put the comments up. And we're going to close this. Needed to come on to give you guys an update. Remember to stay, yes, self-sabotage is really real. Because sometimes, Robin, sometimes we can blame other people, but it may be you. Yeah. Oh, I love that idea. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. And another thing is, thank you. Hey, Kika, how are you? No, thank you. We got people in here from Jersey. Hey, shout your states out. We got people in here from Jersey. We got people in here from North Carolina, Virginia. Go ahead and shout your states out. And believe this, we are coming to a state near you. Yes, we are. Shout your states out. Shout them out. I guess they're not typing fast enough. Oh, Philadelphia in the house, Pennsylvania in the house. Here we go, North Carolina. Come on. Do you guys see how technology allows you to reach people quickly in other states? New Jersey in the house. That's right. Thank you, Tashia. Yes, you guys are here. Maryland in the house. Yes. Can you see how technology can allow you to connect with so many people all at once? And know that it's only going to get, stronger. Social media is not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Technology is not going anywhere. So I would advise you guys, if you need to take a course, take it. I'm taking some. I'm taking some. Yeah, Tashia, PA. So guys, I want to thank you for allowing me to come to you. And if you want to hear some different topics on Maintain Monday, as we move into having our studio audience or if you know people that you want to recommend, please do so. Stay tuned again for our radio talk shows on the Elevate. Download the app, the Elevate Your Life Talk radio app. We have Tuesdays. We have Empowered Women in Business International. Every other Wednesday, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. The second Thursday coming up, moving in the marketplace with me and Dr. Cindy Trim. I'm trying to remember, guys. I'm trying to do this. Fridays, we have Pink Fridays with Lisa. I call her Lisa Z, and her guests for those women that want to learn more about how to take care of yourself. And I said where beauty meets faith. And we have Headspace with Dr. Mike. And you never know that your show may be next. This is not, let's just say, only us club. This is Elevation Global Media Group is called, and our assignment is to help you to develop in all that God has called you to be, to help you put your message out to the world, because we are the voice of truth. And as we begin to go more into the media mountain and understanding the media mountain, because I'm like this, when people understand, they respond and do things a little bit differently. Yeah. So my thing is just helping people, because in God's word, it's in all you're getting, get understanding. So it's just not about listening to every and any little thing, but did you get understanding from that which you were listening to? And all you're getting, get understanding. So again, I want to thank you for tuning in with our updates. I want you guys to go follow us on Instagram. I want you to follow us on Facebook. We do have, we're going to begin to do our email campaign. But if you follow us on those two platforms, you will be able to see what's happening next. You will be able to see what you can be a part of. And we welcome you guys. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your continued support. We love you and we appreciate you. And we are praying for you. So we also have, thank you. Yep, that's the Better Business Bureau. Thank you for your reviews. If you want to go into the Better Business Bureau and leave a review for Elevation Global Media Group, you are welcome to do that. If you want to go onto Google and leave a review for Elevation Global Media Group, what happens when you have high, when you have 5 stars, it pushes you up higher on the search engine. Yes, let's push Elevation Global Media Group up higher on the search engine. So you guys go leave a review. If the shows have blessed you, or if you've had an interaction with our team, because we make sure that we serve our radio partners, we make sure we serve our customers, our clients in excellence. Do unto others as you will want others to do unto you. So again, I'm going to leave with these 3 words: timing, purpose. Your timing is being on God's timing. Your purpose, God created you for a reason. And your agreement with God. Timing, purpose, and agreement. Remember that it's not that complicated. God is not complicated. If we just look for the simple things in life, we will stop getting stressed out and we will stop having anxiety. Just live and just be, and let God do what he needs to do in your life. Thank you again for tuning in. Until God prompts me again, I pray blessings over you and your family. I pray that you will begin to walk in all that God has called you to do. I pray for a boldness in you like none other before. I pray that the eyes have not seen and the ears have not heard kind of blessings will fall on you. I pray you have divine health and healing in your body. I pray that you will know in your knowing that God is for you. And if God is for you, who will dare come against you? I pray for divine alignments and divine connections in your life. I pray that you will nurture those relationships and steward those relationships that God has put in your life. I pray that you will also steward over everything that God has placed in your hand. So because when he breathes on it and multiply it, you will know it was because you were obedient and you were a good steward over that in which he has given you. Again, thank you for tuning in into Elevation Global Media Group. I appreciate you all. Continue to pray and continue to trust what God is doing in Elevation Global Media Group. Until then, have a good one.